What's going on, fellow rock and rollers? Peace and love and thumbs up and AOK, cowabunga, and rock and roll to you. And guess what we're going to do today? You see it in the description. We're going to do some beatboxing basics. How's that for alliteration? B. It's a lot of fun to be able to beatbox. You can do that with your voice. Sometimes we've used it with the loop station and kind of put it over and over and over again when we're playing live to use as a fun little addition to playing songs and making it seem like a duo or trio feel. But today, we are just going to work on the basics of beatboxing. All right, so here we go. Let's do the first boom sound, right? So in order to make that bass sort of b, sort of that sort of sound, you could do it like that, like a sound. So let's try that together. 1, 2, 3. It's sort of like you're saying the letter D with a oof, sort of along with it. So get that sort of sound like you're blowing out air. So almost like you're saying roof, but you're saying doof instead. So instead of saying roof, you're saying doof. I know it sounds silly, but this actually works. So doof, right? That could be a bass sound, or boom, right? So you could say the word boom or boom, B-O-M or B-O-O-M. So you could do doof or boom, and that would get the same sort of bass sort of sound that comes, the kick drum, the doo, 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 doo. You could do that too, doo, 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 doo. Sort of like a do, like you're saying do really quickly, do, 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 but you're puckering your lips to do, 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 do. All right, so, or boom, boom, boom. That's the same idea. So boom or do to get that bass sound. All right, now let's work on the hi-hat sound. The hi-hat, not the hat that you wear on your head that's really high in the sky. The hi-hat sound sounds like tss, 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 tss. You can think of it like a hissing snake, or you're letting the air out of a tire or a balloon. Tss. Or you can think of it like you're making a hard S sound. Tss, tss, tss. Like you're doing tss, 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 right? So that's the hi-hat sound, the sound that you would get by doing tss, 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 tss on the drum, right? So you have boom or doof for the bass, and then you have tss, tss, tss for the hi-hat sound. Let's put those two together. Boom, tss, boom, tss, boom, tss, boom, tss. Let's try the do, do, tss, do, tss, do, tss, do, tss. All right, very cool. So it's a very simple sort of bass and hi-hat sound, right? So let's get now the sound of the snare drum. That's the snare, the one that goes ta 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 ta. Now you could do that. You could do a ta 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 sound because it sounds like that. You could do a k sound, a hard ch sound, like you're saying school, right? K, k, right? Or color, a hard c, or that k, k, or a ck sound, k, like knock, dock, sock. You want to get that k sound in there. So you either think of it like a ch, like school, like k, cool, hard C, or a knock, dock, sock, rock, k sound. All right, so that's the k, or a ta 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 that you could do as a snare drum. So we have the bass again, where we say boom or doo. We have the hi-hat sound like tss, 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 or tss, 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 either one, or the k, k for the sound, or ta 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 on the snare drum. So let's put these together. Let's say boom, tss, k, tss. All right, so we're going to say boom, tss, k, tss. Right, so that's bass, hi-hat, snare, hi-hat. Or you could do it like this, boom, tss, ta, tss. Right, because you get that ta sort of sound. That's like the ta 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 ta, or the k, 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 k sound, which is like that snare drum sound. All right, super cool. So that's pretty fun. Let's try it again, where we try doof instead of boom now. So we're going to try doof, tss, k, tss, doof, tss, k, tss, doof, tss, k, tss, doof, k, tss, k, doof, tss, k, tss, doof, k, tss, k, doof, tss, k, tss, doof. Right? So we did it a little bit faster with that, right? A lot of fun. So we have all those ideas, right, for doing the bass sound, boom or doof. the hi-hat sound. And then we have the k or k sound, or ta-ta-ta-ta-ta for the snare drum. Now, another thing that you could try with this, if you don't want to do the k or the ta sound for the snare drum, is you could do a click of the roof of your mouth. That also works. So it's really kind of cool. You could just do it where you have your tongue go to the roof of your mouth, make it sound like a clock sound, right? Or so it can be boons, 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 boons. How I added a little extra note in there. Boom, whatever that musical note is. Like you're saying, or that tasted really good, right? All of that can work with beatboxing. Super cool. So just something else to think about for you to beatbox. So here's another thing that I want to try it with us here. So we can get that boom sound in there. You could say the phrase boots and cats. So boots, like you're wearing boots on your feet, and then cats, meow, right? And. So what you want to do is say boots and cats and. Why? Because you get the boom, boo, boom sound as a bass, and boots and, where you're kind of getting that in between boots and sand, like you're almost saying sand, where you're saying boots and sand. You get the s sound in there. Cats gets that hard C sound, and then it's back again to the sand part. So the S. So it's boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats, right? Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. And if you think of it like that, boots and cats and boots and cats and. It's almost like boots and cats in, boots in cats in, or boots in cats in. You could say that too. Boots and cats and, or boots in cats in. And the same thing happens. So try that with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boots and cats and 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 boots and cats and. And if you put that on a loop station, that could be your sort of dance beat, right? You could do many different things with it, like bum 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 cats and boom, right? And add different things in there. Have fun with it. One last little thing I want to try with you too is doing a mouth trumpet. That's just going to really sort of go a little bit further than just the basic of beatboxing here. Just a little bit introduction into having fun without what I like to call the mouth trumpet. So in order to do a mouth trumpet, it sounds like this. Whoa, super cool. If you close your eyes, you might not know if that was a human voice or if that was an actual trumpet. So what I do with that to make a mouth trumpet sound is I put like an air bubble, a little air bubble in one pocket of my cheek. So I like to do it in the right cheek. Little air bubble, and I just sing, right? Or I sing, right? And I put a little air bubble there, and I sort of do a little bit of with that. So if you can do a little bit, a little bit of that going on, but I'm saying, and I kind of make my lips touch each other a little bit in the corner. They touch in the corner with the part as you get the air bubble there, getting that air bubble with the lips vibrating and singing, right? Gets that trumpet sound. So have a lot of fun with that. Add that into your boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and that's how you can beatbox using your voice, your throat, the top of the roof of your mouth, your lips, your face, everything here to make some great music and rhythmic music with beatboxing. That's it for our beatboxing basics today. Peace and love and thumbs up and aka cowabunga and rock and roll. Have some fun with that. You never know where you can whip that one out and have a lot of fun creating your own music with just your body. Peace. Bye-bye.